Have you ever Googled yourself into a completely different life? In 2015, I left the UK with a loose plan, a one-way ticket and a gut feeling that I knew something needed to change. No dramatic exit, no big breakdown. I was just feeling a bit stuck, a bit restless. I didn't know what I was searching for, but I knew it wasn't in London. What I didn't realise at the time though, was I'd never want to go back to the UK. This is the story of how grief, Google and a chance encounter led me to the life I never saw coming. My mum died in 2009 and I lost my dad in 2014. Losing both parents really got me reflecting about my life, what I was doing with it and where I wanted it to go in the future. So I felt a little bit lost and I thought I need to make some decisions and make the rest of my life count. I was living in London at the time and I was sharing a flat with two of my friends who were a couple, both lovely people, but being 38 and living in a flat share with two friends who were a couple and being the second wheel, it wasn't ideal. In January 2015, all three of us booked a trip to Thailand. This was my second visit and the first time was 2 years ago, back in 2013, and I fell in love with everything. The beaches, the food, the cost of living, the culture, the landscape, the people, everything. And anyone from the UK knows January, February time is freezing. So to be in the sunshine in February was bliss. After that first trip, I started telling all of my friends and my family, oh, when I'm older, I think I'm going to live in Thailand. That's where I want to retire. And one of my best friends, he's also called Andrew, he said to me, well, if you love Thailand so much, why are you going to wait until you retire? You've only got one life. Why don't you just go now? And that really resonated with me and it clicked and I thought, he's right. But at the same time as I thought he's right, I thought, yeah, but how realistic is this? It's one of those fantasies that you have when you're standing in the kitchen, washing the dishes or something. But the reality was, I couldn't speak Thai and I had no idea what I would do for work or where I would live in Thailand. It didn't feel realistic. So off we went, we flew to Thailand and exactly like the first time around 2 years ago, I fell in love with everything again. This love affair with Thailand hadn't changed and I knew that nowhere else in the world had ever made me feel like that. But something different happened on this trip and in the last few days we were in Krabi and I met Jerry. We clicked instantly, I felt comfortable around him, conversation was easy, it felt almost as if I already knew him, which sounds like a bit of a cliche. But after 3 days, I left, went to the airport to go to Bangkok and Jerry came to the airport to say goodbye. And this is a little bit embarrassing, but the strange thing is, it actually was really emotional saying goodbye and I was a little bit confused because I was thinking, how is this possible? How can I only know someone for 3 days and feel so emotional when I'm saying goodbye? So that told me something. That told me that I was definitely interested in seeing Jerry again. Didn't know when, but I knew it would be nice to stay in touch. So we spent our last night in a hotel in Bangkok and my mind was racing thinking, I would love to live in Thailand, but how can I make that a reality? So got my laptop out and typed in, what jobs can an English person do in Thailand? And to my surprise, it seems quite obvious now, but to my surprise, it popped up on the screen and the first thing that I saw is teach English as a foreign language. Wow, thanks Google, that's very specific. But actually, it was the first time I thought, could I actually do this? And I believed that I could. So the next question that I typed was, what are the requirements to teach English in Thailand? Turns out you need a bachelor's degree and a 120-hour TEFL certificate. So I already had the bachelor's degree, so all I needed to do now was just find out a little bit more information about the TEFL course. So Got back to England, started doing a little bit digging, doing a bit research into some TEFL courses. In a future video, I'll share more information about the TEFL course, the different options that are available to you. I chose to study with a school called Entrust. You can study online as well, but I just wanted it to be intensive for a month, get it over and done with, and then start work as soon as possible. Then over the next few days, everything just seemed to click in place, which was really surprising because things don't usually work out like that for me. I went to work, handed in my notice, booked the TEFL course, and booked my one-way flight to Thailand. And the strange thing was, I wasn't anxious, I wasn't nervous, I wasn't second guessing, I wasn't uncertain. I just had this really exciting feeling that I was about to go on an adventure and it felt right. And I knew that I'd made a friend in Jerry. Didn't expect anything from him, but I thought at least I've got a contact, at least I know someone who's a nice guy already in the country. What I found here though wasn't just sunsets and street food. I spent a lot of time on my own, in solitude. The only person that I knew in the first few weeks before the TEFL course started was Jerry. So when he was at work, I spent a lot of time walking, exploring, and just absorbing the new environment. But it hasn't all been sunsets and mango sticky rice. It has been difficult, it has been challenging. There've been moments of loneliness, of isolation, second guessing, asking myself questions. Is this the right decision? How long am I going to do this for? What about my life back in England? What about my family and friends? The longer I stay away, am I going to damage those connections? Am I going to feel more isolated, more disconnected? Those feelings nagged me a lot, and they still do a little bit, but not as much as they did 10 years ago. But I have to be honest, every challenge has taught me something. It's taught me to live with more intention, to be more grateful for the life that I've got, for the place that I am. I get to walk in nature every day. I teach online and I meet people from all over the world, and I'm very thankful for that opportunity. In 2020, when this channel started, it started as a travel vlog. Jerry and I went travelling and we had the intention to document our travel trips, and that's been amazing. We've truly enjoyed that and we will still do that from time to time. But during the 5 years of making travel videos and the 10 years of living abroad, I've learned a lot and I feel I've grown a lot through the experience. It's been good, it's been challenging, it's been a struggle, there've been moments of self-doubt. But what I want to do more so now is I want to share what goes on internally while we're travelling and while we're experiencing the world, because it's messy and it isn't all amazing and fantastic like these travel videos sometimes make you think. It is great, don't get me wrong, but there's so much more that I want to share with you that's real, and it's emotional. It's what goes on in the mind and what goes on in your emotions, and I think it's important to share that side of the journey with you. So if you're dreaming about moving abroad, becoming a YouTuber, travelling around the world and living a digital nomad life, I'm sure you've got a lot of excitement, maybe a little bit of anxiety, a bit of doubt. But if you need to share any thoughts, any ideas, you're in the right place here. Drop me a message, let me know anything that you're curious about, tell me about your concerns, or if you're already living this life and you've got stories to share, if you can relate to anything that I've shared, share a bit of your personal experience, leave a comment because it's valuable information. One of the most important things that I've learned during this time abroad is connection matters, whether that's face-to-face connection or connection online. I think we can do something about that connection here and we can build a community. Let's connect, let's share our stories, and let's help each other to make sure that we feel connected and we can grow and get the best we possibly can out of this experience. So this story, it's not just about my story, it's about you as well. It's about what you're concerned about and what you're going through and what you're experiencing. I have met quite a few of you already during my travels. I've met a few people in Vietnam and quite a few people in Thailand and also in the Philippines. And one of the major themes that I hear on a regular basis is how lonely this life can be, how isolated you can feel, how confused you can be about where to go next, what to do next, how long to stay. So the logistics of this life can be tricky and it can be challenging, but we're here and we can all help each other. So I'm here if you ever want to talk. Thanks for watching and I'll see you very soon.